Hey, welcome! It's the annual Speech and Drama Thespian Induction Ceremony Awards Night. It's May 12th, and we're being safe with our masks on, and we're going to record this from my house, and you can pick up your awards later, but we wanted you to have them. So, okay, these are coming out.
Thank God. Okay.
All right. All right, so first of all, we want to talk about the explanation of the Thespian Society and what that means. We do have quite a few students being inducted into the Thespian Society, and for our visitors, might not know what this is. So in order to become a thespian, you have to be involved in at least 2 of these events throughout your 4 years of high school. Speech, musical, debate, spring play, and then we've added mock trial to that as well. And then once you have been in those events, then you can accumulate points, and we get to 25 points, then you become a thespian. And we have a lovely group of new thespians this evening. We usually would have teas to show you, and so all of you new thespians, pay attention to this, and during the summer, make your teas, and so that they can be hung on my classroom wall. And seniors, I have them off the wall for you. It's always a bittersweet time for me when I take those off the wall, but I will give those to you on the 18th when you pick up your awards at school. So let's go to our introduction of our new thespians.
Congratulations to these new inductees: Haley Hallengren, Cole Karstens, Robert Adams, Aaron Frederick, Shay Olthoff, Ayla Miller, Sydney Powell, Sophie Sayers, Morgan Riphagen, Gage Reyes, Trista Tanner, Ellie Albertoni, Elsa Jorgensen, Joey Batman, Nola Gafkin, Keely Wentland, Chloe Call, Grace Downing, Olin Meyer, and Lacey Hill Piper. Congratulations.
Yay to our new thespian members. So remember, make your teas over the summer so that you can drop those off. And like I said, anything for our seniors I'll have for you on the 18th. If you were here, you would all be reciting the pledge. Act well your part, therein all the honor lies. That's our pledge. All right, so other thespian awards that we need to update this evening is, and I always apologize on the real night if we need to, if I've spelled your name wrong, or if you need to go through and have us check some points, let me know. I'm telling you, the last month I've been putting this together with half of my stuff at school and half here, and communicating with Miss Doyle. It's been a little crazy. So let's get these updated. So we have our new, our thespians who are going from a 1-star thespian to a 2-star thespian. Brooke Furman, Cole Karstens, Maddie Evenson, Sydney Powell, Sophie Sayers, Morgan Riphagen, from a 1-star thespian to a 2-star thespian. Woo. Going from a 2-star thespian to a 3-star thespian, we have Kai Cookenham, Haley Harms, Chloe Call, Sam Hikins, Cassie Henshaw, Caleb Miller. Those are our 3-star thespians. Woo. And to become an honor thespian, that is receiving 100 or more points. And our new honor thespians are Andy Winkowicz, Carter Lambert, Liam Knudsen, Gwen Gerke, and Kayla Kollasch.
Our next award is our Honorary Thespian Award, and this goes to someone in the community who has been a big supporter of our program, has helped us throughout the year, and this year goes to Mr. Baus. He is our our AD, and he has been so supportive of our program, speech, musical, theater, debate, mock trial, everything. He's helped us this crazy year
with speech contest, helping us get the makeup contest in there, and just really embodies being an activities director and is incredibly supportive of all of our students and all of our programs at OHS. So very, very deserving honor.
Thank you, Mr. Bouse.
The next awards that we give out are our Best Thespian Awards, and every year these are so difficult to give out. We work with such amazing kids, and it's hard to narrow them down, and every year I think, should we stop doing these? Should I not? But I think it's also important to really recognize those students who go above and beyond. So I know that we are going to be short tonight what would normally be a Best Tea Award, because you new thespians need to make your teas. And we won't have a Best Hamlet Award, of course, because that would be one of the things that you would need to memorize and recite for us. So those are two awards that we won't have, unfortunately, this year. But we do have some other very important awards to give out. And, sorry, because I got rid of those. There we go. So we have, our first award is for the 2020 Best Freshman Award. And sometimes we also give out a Good Sport Award. And this year, our best freshman is Morgan Riphagen. Morgan has stepped up to the plate a number of times for us this year and really done everything that we've asked her to do without complaint. Our next award is for the Best Actress Award, and the Best Actress Award this year goes to Lexi Duffy. Lexi for we take into consideration musical, large group speech, individual speech,
mock trial.
Mock trial would be a part of that, and felt Lexi was very deserving because of her double nomination for individual speech, all state, and the amazing job she did for the musical and for large group speech. So congratulations, Lexi.
Next is our Best Actor Award, and this year goes to Mason Arrowood. Mason has been such a strong member of this program for 4 years now, and he's just grown so much since I've known him as a sophomore into, kind of a, what the nicest way to say it is.
Just always comes prepared, always a joy to work with, and was so excited about his role in the spring play, which was not to come, and I just know that he would have just knocked it out of the park. So,
and such a good leader to the younger kids.
Yeah. So congratulations, Mason.
And our last award is Best Thespian, just kind of an overall great actor, great kid in all of the arts, and this year goes to Rikka Heimdal.
So we'll get those awards on the 18th. I'll have those when you give me your Spanish textbook. I will give you your awards. So, and at this time, it's tradition that we hear a few words of farewell from our current thespian officers, and these four have been such strong members of our thespian club, really helpful to the underclassmen, someone to look up to, and just really have given a lot to our program. So President Rikka Heimdal, Vice President Nathan Kollasch, Secretary Mason Arrowood, and the Treasurer Carley Wells. So you will definitely be missed, you four, next year, and we thank you for your years of service to OHS.
Overall, I'm going to miss all of the friends that I made, speech grandma, being yelled at by Senora, being on stage, and sad that it's over, but I had a lot of good memories and I'm grateful for it.
I'm going to miss everybody that I've met during this time in speech. Like pretty much everybody I know as friends is people I've met in speech. like you guys and everybody else I hang out with. And I'm grateful that speech was able to give me those connections and those memories and everything I've been able to be a part of.
To everyone who made speech, the musical, spring play, just theater itself. Just thank you to everyone who made that great.
Even though I hadn't experienced any of these weird yet joy-filled events, I looked up at that stage as my middle school self and I saw possibilities. I saw possibilities about who I might become, who my friends will be. And I have to say that I'm pretty happy with the path that those possibilities led me down, that odd night of speech performances. Speech has brought me some of the most memorable experiences of my life, and I'm so happy that I got to experience them with some of the goofiest, most courageous people that I know.
All right, now that we've heard from our current officers, our new Thespian officers for the 2020-2021 school year are President Cassie Hinshaw, Vice President Aaron Frederick, Secretary Andy Winkowich, and Treasurer Caleb Miller. Congratulations.
Cassie, if you were here this evening, you would be giving the closing speech at the end of the evening. So anyway, you
We'll
lucked
have
out.
you record something.
So I will talk to you four in the fall. Congratulations. So that's the end of our Thespian Awards. It goes really fast when kids don't have to come forward and do anything.
Hand out anything.
So now we're going on to our speech and drama awards for the year. So the first one we're going to do is drama participation, and these are students specifically who are taking place with the spring play. And again, our spring play was not able to happen this year, but we did have several weeks of rehearsal, and so we wanted to still recognize these people and give them Thespian points for what would have been. So first year drama.
Mal, Colin O'Connor, Kira Prince, Contimenting, Jaden Miller, Kaylee Parsons, Carly Fife, Trace Garcia, Kylan Harpst, Shelby Bentley, Misty Williams, Alicia Larson, Emma Bonstetter, Kylie Ackerman, Veda Danbaum, Alex Kep, Chloe Prentice, Gage Reyes, Seth Stadahar, Nathan Hinshaw, Ellie Albertoni, Levi Winkowich, Joey Batman, Haley Dodge, and Morgan Riphagen.
And that's an incredible number of people, and what this also includes is anybody who is in Intro to Theater, because they help do the publicity and help build the set. I'm going to take Nathan's out of there. And also we had a number of students come and tell us that they wanted to work with costumes and work with makeup. And so if you're watching, guys, I hope that you come back and help us next year, which this is the perfect opportunity to, it's got to be a world record for the earliest I'm announcing what the spring play is. Obviously, we're going to be doing the same show next year. We've got the scripts, they're paid for. We've got the royalties paid for. And,
so you don't have to ask us in the fall.
So we've just got a couple of people that we need to recast, and so that's the show. So we hope everybody from first year comes back. This is certificate for the second year of being involved in the spring play. Kai Cookenham, Haley Hallengren, Kayla Kollasch, Robert Adams, Maddie Evenson, Trista Tanner, Andy Winkowich, Ayla Miller, Liam Knudsen, Gwen Gerke, Sophie Sires, Aaron Frederick, and Carter Lambert. Third year of being involved in Kayla Miller for 3rd year of being in the spring play. And unfortunately, I don't have any 4-year participation members. So we will work on getting those numbers up there in the next couple of years.
All right, next up we have our participation in speech awards, and this is for large group or individual or both. So 1st year speech participants are Morgan Riphagen, Ellie Albertoni, Levi Winkowicz, Elsa Jorgensen, Audrey Farrar, Gage Reyes, Grace Downing, Colin Orozco, Shelby Bentley, Alexis Latham, Jessica Husingay, Olivia Tettle, Shay Oltoff, Sydney Powell, Joey Batman, Danny Christoffels, Allie Peters, Sophia Behrens, Ella Stoll, Jack Stockdale, Lauren Duffy, Veda Danbaum, Brady Clausen, Nola Gafkin, Aaron Frederick, and Chloe Call. And Jacob Lamb.
I pulled it out for the seniors. So that's a great number of kids that came out for speech the 1st year. So we really hope that you had fun and that you come back next year.
2nd year participants are Stevie Mowry, Sam Jorgensen, Carter Lambert, Logan Langle, Ayla Miller, Samuel Hykins, Robert Adams, Sophie Sires, Haley Hollengren, Cassie Hinshaw, Lexi Duffy, Kayla Kollasch, Maddie Evenson, Cole Karstens, Liam Knutson, Gwen Gerke, Kai Cookingham, and Haley Harms. Our 3rd year speech participants are Andy Winkowicz, David Greiner, and Lacey Hillpiper. And our 4-year speech participants are Avery Arrowood, Mason Arrowood, Rikka Heimdal, Nathan Kollasch, and Carley Wells. Congratulations.
Congratulations. This is something that we started with the help of Mr. Baus last year, recognizing that our students in speech deserves to letter as you would in any other activity at school. So working and grandfathering people in, we've worked really hard to make sure that we've got this. In order to be a speech letter winner, you need to have received a Division I rating at the state contest for either large group speech or individual speech. So our 1st year letter winners, Robert Adams, Logan Langle, Colin Orozco, Shelby Bentley, Alexis Latham, Chloe Prentice, Levi Winkowicz, Gage Reyes, Grace Downing, Audrey Farrar, Elsa Jorgensen, Haley Hallegren, Ayla Miller, Sydney Powell, Maddie Evenson, and Sophie Sires. So they'll receive a letter, and then as you get other years, then you get a bar to go on it. So those are our 1st year letter winners. Our 2nd year letter winners are Kai Cookingham, Lexi Duffy, Gwen Gerke, Haley Harms, Liam Knutson, Kayla Kollasch, Carter Lambert, Cole Karstens, Cassie Hinshaw, Stevie Mowry, Sam Jorgensen, and Lacey Hillpiper. 3rd year letter winners are David Greiner, Avery Arrowood, Andy Winkowicz, Sam Hykins, and Chloe Call. 4th year letter winners, Mason Arrowood, Rikka Heimdal, Nathan Kollasch, and Carley Wells. Congratulations to everyone. All right, that's the speech and drama participation, and now we're going to move into our last category of the evening, which is speech achievement. All right, we'd like to start off first talking about our large group speech season. We kicked it off in Spencer for the district contest back in January, and the following groups received a Division II rating. The short film group of Avery Arrowood, Haley Hallengren, Jack Stockdale, Nathan Kollasch, Rikka Heimdal, Brady Clausen, and Kellen Stumbo. The TV news group of Jacob Lamb, Shay Olthoff, Jack Stockdale, Lauren Duffy, Veda Danbaum, and Brady Clausen. The following groups received a Division I rating at districts and advanced to the state contest. The following groups at state received a 2 rating. The Readers Theater Group, Cassie Hinshaw, Allie Peters, Nola Gafkin, Ella Stoll, Sophie Behrens, Liam Knudsen, Lexi Duffy, Olivia Tuttle, Danny Christoffels, and Aaron Frederick. The Ensemble Acting Group of Andy Winkowich and Morgan Riphagen. The Group Mime Duo of Chloe Call and Lacey Hillpiper. The following groups received a Division I rating at the state contest. In Solo Mime, Haley Harms. The Ensemble Acting Group of Sophie Sires and Maddie Evenson. All 3 of our group improvisational acting groups, Stevie Mowry and Sam Jorgensen, Andy Winkowich, Kai Cookenham, and Kayla Kollasch, Carter Lambert, Liam Knudsen, and Lexi Duffy. What's wonderful about those group of students is they're all eligible to come back next year.
Woo.
The musical theater group also received a Division I rating. Carter Lambert, Kai Cookenham, Cassie Hinshaw, Gwen Gerke, and Mason Arrowood. And at this time, we would very be remiss if we did not mention with musical theater the wonderful Linnea Lambert, for whom musical theater would not have happened this year. Our choral reading group also received a 1 at the state contest. Carley Wells, Audrey Farrar, Elsa Jorgensen, Kayla Kollasch, Shay Olthoff, Lacey Hillpiper, Gwen Gerke, Sam Hykins, Haley Hallengren, Gage Reyes, Cole Karstens, and Nathan Kollasch. And our one-act play received a 1 rating at state contest. Rikka Heimdal, Cole Karstens, Ayla Miller, Logan Langle, Morgan Riphagen, Mason Arrowood, Avery Arrowood, Nathan Kollasch, Robert Adams, Colin Horosco, Shelby Bentley, Alexis Latham, Chloe Prentice, Levi Winkowich, and Gage Reyes. Of those groups that received a Division I rating at the state level, the following groups were recognized by the judges as outstanding performers and were honored at the All-State Festival in Ames. The Ensemble Acting Group of Sophie Sires and Maddie Evenson. We have certificates for you and amazing medals for you. The Group Improvisational Acting Group of Carter Lambert, Liam Knudsen, and Lexi Duffy. And the Group Improvisational Acting Duo of Stevie Mowry and Sam Jorgensen. Congratulations, y'all. We had an amazing large group speech season. After saying that we were going to this year take nothing for props unless it fit on the school bus, we ended up this year having to take practically a U-Haul trailer to take our stuff to contest. But it was a great year. We had amazing weather, which is unheard of, and really, really fun kids to work with, and that's what makes it all great. Every year I say the hardware is great. I love to give out medals, but just being with the kids and watching them grow and learn how to speak publicly has always been the biggest thrill for me. So getting this many kids involved in large group speech this year was really fun. I think we had around 60 students total being involved in large group speech. So it was an awesome year, guys. Thanks for making it fun.
Moving on to individual speech. This year we went to Sibley High School for districts, and the kids received a total of 21 Division I ratings, 8 Division II ratings, and 1 Division IV rating. At districts, our Division IV rating was Maddie Evenson in radio news broadcasting. The following kids received a Division II rating. Mason Arrowood in improv, Joey Batman in expository address, Kai Cookingham in improv, Ashley Lappy in literary program, Chase Packabush in poetry, Morgan Riphagen in musical theater, Morgan Riphagen in improv, and Andy Winkowich in acting. And the following kids received a Division I rating at districts. Ellie Albertoni for her original oratory, Avery Arrowood in review, Mason Arrowood in After Dinner, Grace Downing in original oratory, Lexi Duffy in musical theater, Lexi Duffy in acting, Maddie Evenson in storytelling, Brooke Furman in original oratory, Gwen Gerke for musical theater, Gwen Gerke for prose, David Greiner for spontaneous speaking, Haley Harms for original oratory and for expository address, Samuel Hykins for radio and spontaneous speaking, Rikka Heimdal for review, Lacey Hillpiper for literary program, Chloe Call for literary program, Liam Knutson for improv, Kayla Kollasch for poetry and storytelling, Carter Lambert for acting and musical theater, Sydney Powell for original oratory and spontaneous speaking, Claire Schollerman for radio news broadcasting, and Andy Wiekowicz for prose. Then this year, because of COVID-19, our state contest was supposed to be at Carroll Kemper, but because of Mrs. Williamson and Mr. Baus, they pulled together a great contest on the same date at Okoboji High School, just our kids. It was weird, but our kids, you're amazing. You pull through. And at our state contest, we received 21 Division I ratings and 6 Division II ratings. Yay! Our Division II ratings were Ellie Albertoni in original oratory, Maddie Evenson in storytelling, Gwen Gerke for prose, Chloe Call for lit program, Kayla Kollasch for storytelling, and Claire Schollerman for radio news broadcasting. And our Division I ratings went to Avery Arrowood for review, Mason Arrowood for after dinner, Grace Downing for original oratory, Lexi Duffy for musical theater and acting, Brooke Furman for original oratory, Gwen Gerke for musical theater, David Greiner for spontaneous speaking, Haley Harms for original oratory and expository address, Sam Hykins for radio news broadcasting and spontaneous speaking, Rikka Heimdal for review, Lacey Hillpiper for literary program, Liam Knutson for improv, Kayla Kollasch for poetry, Carter Lambert for musical theater and acting, Sydney Powell for spontaneous speaking and original oratory, and Andy Wiekowicz for prose. And even though it was a weird year, we still had all-state nominations, and this year we had 6 all-state nominations. They sadly did not get to perform, but the nomination means just as much. So our 6 nominations are Rikka Heimdal for review, David Greiner for spontaneous speaking, Andy Wiekowicz for prose, Haley Harms for expository address, and Lexi Duffy for acting and musical theater. Congratulations.
So our students can be very, very grateful, I think, that we got in our state contest when we did, even though it was odd and maybe you enjoyed it performing just in our school, because there have been a lot of schools now that have been scrambling and trying to have makeup contests, doing it through Zoom. I've been judging a couple of those, and that's very odd. But it's wonderful that the IHSSA has allowed that to happen and is making this possible for students to still perform at the state level. There are still 3 judges. I'm still doing all state nominations, but I'm just really glad we got ours in when we did. So thanks again to Linnea Lambert for helping us that night of the contest that we did that, the day of the contest, and also for being our recorder, our camera operator for this evening. So that is it for our awards. This would be when Cassie would be speaking now. So Cassie, you can say a few words.
Congratulations to all of the winners, and thank you all for watching.
And we'll try this again next year, maybe not from my kitchen, and we'll see. We'll see you in May for seniors on the 18th to hand out your awards, and the rest of you, we're going to have a gathering this August.
We're putting together, I think it's September 6th right now, I think, is the date. But we're planning some welcome back picnic, hopefully in Florence Park.
Yeah.
Something. We'll see ya.
And that's when you can get your awards for all of the underclassmen, you new thespians. We will recognize you again, and you can turn in your thespian teas. We won't make anybody do Hamlet this year. So thanks, guys, for the amazing speech season that we had, spring play season, even though it was cut short. You're amazing kids. We'll miss our seniors, and can't wait to see you all again in the fall. Thanks.
The
Video
first
content.
annual Zoom Awards evening
Yes.
for Thespian Society. Farewell. Okoboji.
Farewell. I'm the secretary. I'm Carly.
I'm Mason. I'm the acting treasurer of the Okoboji Thespian Society.
I am Nathan Kollasch. I am the acting vice president of the Okoboji Thespian Society.
You my gag, man.
I am Rikka Heimdal, and I am the current president of the Thespian Society at Okoboji.
We're just gonna talk about our favorite memories.
We're gonna try to without getting derailed.
And we're going to try and say some nice things about everyone in speech and the
and
experiences.
how beautiful it was and the memories.
It's not going to make anybody cry because this is not
What if
how,
I
not
cry?
in person.
Not in person. Not in person. I can make people cry. All right. I'll set the bar high for you guys. Don't you worry.
Oh my god.
Great.
All right. Sit down my kazoo. Time to get serious. I would first like to start out by saying 2 minutes is not enough time to convey how much I will miss speech. I think Dallas had like 3 pages to speak last year and he got to speak all of it. It's unfair. But anywho, there's a lot that I will miss about speech, the musical and the spring play. From I Am Slain to Mason's iconic cast of characters, including Delbert, Rip the spring play, to almost getting hit by a train twice, and to sitting on stage with all the Thespian officers last year and realizing we need to write a speech. And then not doing it until last minute. All of you people have filled these last few years with a plethora of memories that make me laugh every time I think of them. When I started out, I was just a wee, timid little lad who was barely brave enough to try out for speech. Freshman year, I was barely able to do a performance in front of a small room full of people. But this year I was barely able to talk performance night of the musical, but still sang on stage in front of a full auditorium. I have come a long way throughout my time in speech and the fine arts here at Okoboji, and it's because of all of my friends, the people who made me feel welcome in the theater. The people who pushed me to do bigger and better things, sometimes against my will. You guys will do great things, and I can't wait to see what you guys do in the next few years. If this year has taught us anything, it's that we should appreciate what we have while we have it. Appreciate the friends you have, and appreciate the little magical corkboard outside Signor's room that all of our lives revolve around. Appreciate the little moments that you have with friends, because you never know which moment will be the last one. I'm only sad about 2 things this year. One, that we didn't get to put out our spring play. Again, Rip Delbert, who is going to be the star of that show. And 2, that I can't look out at all of you and say my goodbyes.
Let's not allow him to go first. Come on.
That was really good.
Guys, I don't know if mine is that heartfelt.
I'd like to take a 30-minute recess to reconvene and retype.
I loved the use of the word plethora. Love
Yeah,
that word.
me
you're
too. I
welcome.
noticed that. I was like,
Also, when you said we put our speeches together last minute, it's because we had to, okay?
Yeah.
She gave us to send her a video.
To be fair, we had all year to write these. We just thought we never would
like I
because
said,
of
I
the
asked
corona.
Rikka in October if she wrote hers yet. I did not.
All right, well, somebody else should go next so there's not too much downtime in between.
Okay, I'm gonna kind of bounce off of Nathan's by saying, um, freshman year, I joined it just kind of like, okay, whatever, I'll just try everything once and see if I like it or not. And definitely, it was one of my favorite things in high school besides jazz band. And I had no idea that it would come that soon. And then the fact that it did come so soon and then it was just over is what really, I don't know, it just really kind of hurt me in a way. I wasn't ready for it to be over that fast. It was just a weird year to be a senior, and I'm sad that it's over, but I'm really grateful for all of the memories that I have with it. My favorite part of speech is when Senora called me a hoe in 2 of our plays. I was the hoe in my freshman year. It was a reader seater, and then my junior year in a reader seater. Wow, thanks. But aside from that, I really loved all of the things that I was in, and I was in what I can't even think right now. What was Gerald the Giraffe? What was that? What is
That was on choral reading.
Choral reading, yes. That was one of my favorites when we had like all the safari stuff and like that. And then when we did the Queen like mime one, I think it was my freshman year. That was really cool. I really
that was my freshman year. That was amazing.
That was like
yeah. And then individual speech, my freshman year I did public address, and it was really hard, and I was like, oh my god, why did I even do this? So then the years following I did poetry. Just because it was easier. But overall, I'm gonna miss all of the friends that I made, speech grandma, being yelled at by Senora, being on stage, and sad that it's over, but I had a lot of good memories and I'm grateful for it.
Way to go, Doyle.
Okay, I suppose, well, I guess we'll save president for last, but I'll read my little excerpt that I typed and then I'll try and improv the rest.
Like a true speechy.
Like a true speechy. Okay. Thespian Society. It's probably one of the highest honors a speechy can achieve in their high school career. Well, except bringing home an all-state banner, and congrats 1995 at Group Improv for doing so. But that's not the point I want to make. As acting treasurer of the Okoboji Thespian Society, I've had my fair share of fun times across the many different speech events, plays, and musicals I've been a part of. The year's been my home throughout high school. It gave me something to look forward to every year when I walk back into the cold, daunting halls of Okoboji High School. Now, start improv. Now, when I first started speech and theater in Okoboji, it was when we were putting on Annie in my freshman year. And I said, I don't want to act, but I'll be a part of it. So I did backstage, and I played DS in the back with some random kid while everybody else moved around and stuff, and maybe got yelled at, but it's fine. But then it just grew into like so much more. It turned into basically everything to look forward to because I was no sports kid. But the thing is that I'm gonna miss like everybody that I've met during this time in speech. Like pretty much everybody I know as friends is people I've met in speech, like you guys and everybody else I hang out with. And I'm grateful that speech was able to give me those connections and those memories and everything I've been able to be a part of. I'd have to say some of my favorite times were probably acting in the spring play Till Death Do Us Part as Cousin Eddie, the savior of the entire play, and winning Best Actor, which nobody saw coming. But I enjoyed that, and really, it's the only spring play I was technically able to be a part of, because Rep Spring Play, Rep Delbert. But I wouldn't say that the plays and the musicals were my favorite part. I'd say that the speech events and large group individuals what made the biggest impact from me starting as an ensemble member who walked in a circle in black clothes yelling it, to becoming some priest who's marrying two random people in the middle of a street park. And I don't know. It's been a journey, and I've enjoyed it so much, and I'm gonna miss going on buses and getting yelled at by Senora to stop talking while she's trying to give us stage directions, and all the speech events and being able to hang out with my friends and have a good time. Thank you, Senora, and thank you, Miss Doyle, for giving me the opportunity to express myself like this.
Yes, thank you.
Speech became, like, theater started out for me like one of those things where it was just like, yeah, I'll do it because I want to do something.
Right.
And like Mason said, it became so much more. Like, I met all my friends there. It's become what my school year revolves around pretty much all year, with all the activities that go on.
Oh yeah, I mean, when I first heard about speech and when I was first told you should do speech, I was terrified. I'm like, I ain't writing nothing, I ain't performing in front of anybody. And
Right.
little did I know, walking in a circle around Rikka yelling it was a little bit more terrifying than speaking in front of an audience.
It was around Caitlin, okay? I was standing and watching.
I feel like before you actually do speech, there's like this stigma that it's standing on a podium and giving an actual speech, and it's nothing like that at all.
Yeah.
It's a disguise that the speech community puts on. It's so that we don't get
Right.
everybody coming in. We
Filter it out.
I think it's this big scary speech thing, but really it's just a bunch of weird kids hiding out in an auditorium.
We're not hiding out. We're purposefully putting ourselves out there and making fun of ourselves.
Yeah.
Okay, that's what we do, and for some reason we enjoy it. I can't tell you why, but we do. Maybe it's because of the people we do it with,
accurate.
Or just, I don't know. Maybe we just like making fun of ourselves. That could be it.
It's like my after dinner speech this year. Literally, I put all this us making fun of ourselves and personified it into one singular speech.
Yeah, that's exactly what you did, and it was amazing. That was speech in a nutshell.
You know what? I shouldn't have even just tried to improv that. I should have just read my after dinner, and then that was my goodbye farewell speech.
That would have been a very good goodbye. Other than explaining
for 2 minutes.
Yeah, true.
Okay, Rikka, do you want to read your speech?
Yeah.
Yes.
And here we are, our last speech of the night. Our current president of the Okoboji Thespian Society, Rikka Heimdal.
Thank you for that round of applause. I remember sitting in the high school auditorium as a middle schooler and watching an improv group do some kind of scene about cowboys. And I remember thinking, what on earth is going on? I was beyond confused as to why they were doing this and what the point was of making a fool out of yourself in front of a bunch of parents. You see, I hadn't yet been exposed to this other world of speech. I hadn't experienced those ridiculous improv prompts that required us to be some sort of inanimate object. I hadn't experienced those long bus rides crammed into seats while everyone around you is screaming the lyrics to some song in a musical. I hadn't even experienced the rush that goes along with performing something you've worked so hard on for multiple weeks in front of a real audience besides Senora and Miss Doyle. Even though I hadn't experienced any of these weird yet joy-filled events, I looked up at that stage as my middle school self and I saw possibilities. I saw possibilities about who I might become, who my friends will be. And I have to say that I'm pretty happy with the path that those possibilities led me down, that odd night of speech performances. Speech has brought me some of the most memorable experiences of my life, and I'm so happy that I got to experience them with some of the goofiest, most courageous people that I know.
I wouldn't say we're courageous.
I would say foolish.
foolish.
You have to be courageous to go out on a stage and do what people in speech do, okay? It's
I mean,
ridiculous.
yeah,
do.
that's very true.
Oh,
That was
yeah.
very good, Rikka. I loved that.
Yeah.
Thank
yeah.
you. I remember like my sophomore year doing improv, and it was like the night where we had to do like a dress rehearsal, and you had to invite your parents and everything, and my mom and dad
Performance
came,
night?
and they watched me be like a cat or something. I was a cat, and I had to like test out different cat beds. And afterwards, my mom was like, I have never seen you act like that. That was ridiculously weird and strange. And I was like, well, that's what you gotta do.
Oh,
I just had to embrace it, Mom. You just have to embrace what you have. Like,
right.
Yeah. When I was a freshman and I got back from tryouts for large group speech, I told my parents what we were doing, right? Alphabet and a weird like tone of voice or character, and then just running around on stage being random things. And they're like, that's what you're doing over there? Like, yeah, that's what everybody seems to love it.
Oh yeah, speech tryouts. It's weird because really you just read the one act, but and readers, I suppose, and choral. Okay, what? But it is weird because in freshman year I remember having to do the alphabet thing. Then I remember running around on the floor and like falling down trying to be a leaf in a whirlwind, and that was an experience. What an introduction to speech, I gotta say.
I don't know what you mean. That sounds like normal, Caitlin.
yeah, I think it's always funny, like all like the week leading up to speech tryouts, everyone who's never done speech before is like asking everyone, they're like, so what do you do? Like, I'm really nervous. I don't want to try out. And I'm like, oh my gosh, it's not that big of a deal. You just go and you like do some weird stuff on stage and then you read some stuff and it's done.
It's fun. It's just having a goofy, weird time, and I love it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Except somehow every single time that I had to read the ABCs, I was always the like sergeant. And little 5'1" Carly cannot yell worth anything.
Which is weird because they always cast you as a hoe, so why would they want to see you as a sergeant?
Right.
Just waiting for that 1 year. That 1 year.
1 year.
I was waiting for Senora or Doyle to tell me to do the ABC as Kermit the Frog. Never happened. I would have done it. I would have happily done it. But
you should just do it right now and show them your potential of what they could have experienced.
Knowing Carter, he'll cut it out.
Carter, don't cut this out.
I'll be the only Kermit the Frog who can do the ABCs.
Okay. Well, I suppose we should all say our little closing arguments or our closing goodbye things to it. Speech.
Overall, I am so grateful for all the memories that I had in speech, and I'm really gonna miss it.
Well, overall, in this magical journey, what I've worked myself up from being backstage to the IT ensemble member to sophomore year mime, which we'll never speak about again, to my golden year, my golden year where I had improv and I don't know what else I was in, but it was fun. And then this year when musical theater almost got to all state, and I'm glad that I was able to make that journey and build up my confidence up to that. And by the way, considering I'm acting treasurer of the Okoboji Thespian Society, I'm still super peeved that I couldn't buy a bouncy house with our money. That's my closing words. Goodbye, speech.
Speech has been life-changing, to say the least, and I don't know where I would be without it at this point. Probably lonely. That's probably where I would be. But still kind of disappointed with our legislation this year. We didn't make any new thespian laws or anything. I blame our president. And also, yeah. And I think we should nominate Speech Grandma this year.
For president?
Yeah.
For honorary speechy.
Oh.
She wasn't there for state because I can't remember what happened, but she wasn't able to make it to state.
Okay, I'm just gonna say that I have never been a part of a group that's been so accepting of everyone who's like wanted to be involved. It's ridiculous how amazing the people are that I've gotten to know through speech. Like pretty much every single one of my friends does speech, and then that's amazing.
Right.
Like I only did individual speech like my freshman year, which was, I barely did it because I was not very committed, and I just did it again this year, and I wish I could have done it the other years. Like that's the number one thing everyone says at the end of the year, and I'm saying it. So that just shows you.
If only
That just shows
Wonderful.
awesome speeches. Okay, I'm saying that I wished I would have put more time into it.
I feel the same, because if only Okoboji was able to be graced by 4 years of after dinners written by me rather than just 2.
Oh my gosh.
That would have been truly exceptional, and I would have paid money to see it.
First year would have been weird because I wasn't truly speechy yet. I was still kind of like that weird guy in the corner. But
Oh yeah, everybody's green their first year speech, but you warm up to people pretty quickly.
yeah,
You do. Speech definitely helps with that. It definitely opens you up to socializing more, I feel like.
Yes. Yeah.
And you meet your people.
okay. I think it's time we sing our Okoboji theme song.
We're
Okoboji,
the school on the beach. Lend us your ears and we'll tell you our speech.
Okay, that's gonna be so off, but I
Done.
can't wait to see it.
All right. Well, we should probably say goodbye to the audience
Yeah.
and say farewell to Okoboji. Thank you for everything.
Bye, Okoboji.
It's been fun. Thank you,
Amazing.
Nora. Thanks, Doyle. Thank you,
Thank you
Speech
for
Grandma.
all-
Thank you
Memories.
to everyone who made speech, the musical, spring play, just theater itself. Just thank you to everyone who made that great.
Well, thanks, Nathan, for trying to be better.
Yeah, one up all of our goodbyes.
Yeah.
Fine,
One
fine.
of all,
I'm just a man who has a nice way with words, but you know what? Fine. Insult me for it.